Viewers, in the previous videos, I've tried to show you all the different features related to Windows and its functionalities. So now, I will show you what options are available for this VPN on Android devices. First, let's open the VPN app and log in using our user ID and password. After logging in, you will see an interface like this. You'll notice a faint glow of light within a green circle. This is what the main interface looks like. At the top, you can see the word disconnected, and right below it, a timer is running. Next, you will see the protocol option. You can view and choose the protocol you wish to use. If you want to use WireGuard, you can select WireGuard from here. If you prefer Shadow, select Shadow. And if you want to use OpenVPN, select OpenVPN. In this case, I prefer WireGuard, as WireGuard is generally the better option. After that, you can see the IP address section here. My current home IP is displayed. However, as soon as you connect, this IP address will change. Please observe carefully. Right now, a default location is selected here, which is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. As soon as we hit connect, you can see that the glowing light has expanded a bit, and look here, the IP address has changed. This means a Malaysian IP is now active. So, I will cancel this. I'm just going to disconnect it now.
Just a second, I am disconnecting it. I have disconnected it. Okay, next, if you scroll down a bit, you will see the large power-like icon I just used. You will use this to turn the VPN on and off. You will be able to toggle it on and off. Okay, then the next option here is this Kuala Lumpur flag icon. Clicking on it will take you directly to the list. There is a huge list, as you can see, the country list. You can see that there is a massive list here. You already know how many countries are available here, as I showed it in the previous video, so there is a huge country list here. And on the right side, let me show you here, look here, it is sorted by name. If I click here, you will see that there is an option by ping. So if I select by ping, it will show which IPs currently have good speed. It will be filtered here and arranged in ascending order, so you know which one will give you good speed. Although, if you have your own choice that you want to use a specific country now, you can certainly use that. But from here, you can sort in ascending or descending order to see which IPs currently have the best performance. Okay? After that, if you come here to streaming, for streaming, you can filter the best available servers here based on their ping. Since I am currently located in Bangladesh, the Bangladesh server is always kept at the top for me. Below that, as you can see, we have Singapore, Jakarta, Mumbai. There are many countries included in this best list. After that, you can see the second best options highlighted in a slightly yellow color. If you scroll down a bit further, you'll see countries marked in red, which indicates servers with higher ping. The ping values are also displayed right next to them, allowing you to see exactly what ping you are getting. Take a closer look. The pings are shown right next to the server names. Furthermore, if you want to favorite a server, for example, I will favorite Singapore. If you favorite any server, it will appear under the Favorites tab. You can favorite the servers you use continuously or on a regular basis. Alright, next we're going into the settings. You can clearly see the settings icon located at the bottom right corner, so let's head into the settings. Once inside settings, you'll find the protocol option again. You can select and use whichever protocol you prefer. Next, there is the Connect VPN on Startup option. If you enable this, your VPN will automatically connect as soon as your device turns on. Okay, then we have Exclude Home Country. If turned on, it will exclude your home country when connecting using the Auto Select Location mode. As you can see, if you need this feature, you can turn it on. Many people require an ad blocker because they face issues with excessive ads. However, in this case, the ad blocker is not available for certain protocols. It won't work with WireGuard. You should set the protocol to Auto. If you select Auto, the ad blocker can be turned on. You'll figure out a few things as you use the app. For example, if I switch to the Shadow protocol, the ad blocker will likely work. See, the ad blocker is working now. Okay. Next is split tunneling. If you want to tunnel any app, here it says all apps will use VPN. If you select Do Not Allow Selected Apps to Use VPN and then choose an application here, suppose I select the Chrome browser, then only the Chrome browser will be excluded from the VPN. Meaning, when you use the Chrome browser, it won't use the VPN, but everything else will. Right after that, as you can see, is the kill switch. We can find a kill switch in almost all types of VPNs. The kill switch is very important as it involves data safety. For those who use a VPN, data safety is crucial, so they use the kill switch. And here, as you can see, the next option is Preferences. Going into Preferences, you can see DNS or IP. Use Manual API Resolution. If you want to use a manual DNS, you can set it here. Stabilize connection. If you turn on connection stabilization, the connection will remain relatively stable. Region, Auto, Language, these are actually some extra features. Those who need them can take a look. Help and Support. Here is the Help and Support option. If you experience any complications or need any help, you can request assistance from here. Next is Pricing. You can check the prices from here. From here, you can, if you want to buy a 1-month plan here, if you go to Continue to Purchase, then you'll be able to purchase it using a MasterCard, Visa card, and so on. And you can make the payment directly through Google Pay. That means if you have a card linked to your Google account, you can simply pay using that. You can see here that it shows exactly how much data I've used here. As you can see, I've used only about 9 gigabytes. Your premium account will expire in 1 day. My premium account will end in just 1 more day. Here it showed my current 1-year plan expiring on 2/26/26. It was a trial account. Anyway, I only got this account to review the VPN. So you can see Get More here. If you click on it, it brings you right back to the subscription page, so you can purchase a subscription from this Get More button. From here, you can edit the tunneling. Here you have your settings, and here are the VPN options. And over here is the VPN's power button. If you just tap this, the VPN will power up. So that's all for the options available in this Android version. Now, before finishing the video, what we'll do is connect it. Once it's connected, we'll try running a speed test. We'll see what kind of speed we get with this. Let's head back to the home screen now and open up a speed testing app to check the actual performance.
So, we are now opening the Ookla Speed Test app, and from there we would try to run a speed test to see what kind of speed we can get. Since I'm currently using a 2.4 GHz network, a very high Wi-Fi speed isn't really expected here. Even so, I can see that we are getting around 16 or 17. On average, I usually get around 30 on my network, so switching to this mobile device, I'm getting around 20. This indicates that I'm getting a speed of about 20 from this mobile device, 20 or 20 plus. As you can see, the download speed came out to be around 20, and the upload speed is fluctuating between 9 and 10. Let's see exactly what final upload speed we get here. I have noticed one thing about ZoogVPN though, it doesn't provide a very good upload speed. But even then, I would say the average speed it delivers as a VPN isn't bad at all. So, we are pretty much done with our speed test. As we can see, our application is currently connected here. Perhaps it will perform even better if connected to other countries. That's all for today. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel and stay with us. Allah Hafiz, ta-ta.